They forgot Yahya. Salakia. This is part 4 to the world is looking for a savior. And the savior is Yahya of hosts. I'm continuing from my last video when I said I'm going to go over Malachi chapter 3, 13 through 18. And it's going to explain and cover things and give clarity, also validity. Now it reads, your words have been strong against me, says Yahya, who is addressing the so-called Negroes, the children of Yasharallah. And yet you say, how have we spoken against you? That's what we continue to do. Even then, more so now, we always speak out against Yahya if he doesn't do the things we want when we want. So Yahya confronts you face to face. Then he says, verse 14, you have said it is vain to serve Yahya. It is vain to serve Yahya. What? And what profit is it that we have kept his law, ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before Yahya of hosts, always continually, under any circumstances, never turn from Yahya, walk mournfully, carefully, right? Unequivocally before Yahya. That's how you walk before him, right? And us as a people, then and more so today, is feeling like it's worthless. There's no gain. There's no point. There's no profit, in serving Yahya and doing all that he say. What's the use? Did not Yahya say that he knows the heart? For the heart is desperately wicked. Prime example. Then verse 15, it says, and now we call the arrogant to pride, right? Happy. That's all I see on these social media platforms. Arrogant, prideful people speaking out of context, exalting, uplifting their idol, and thinking they doing something, blaspheming all day, and no one cares. They just follow the following, and the followers are sheep, and consider not. But Yahya says, now we call the arrogant happy because they're happy that they feel that they don't have to follow the instructions of Yahya, follow the instructions of themselves, for they call themselves gods and goddesses, kings and queens, right? So, since it was vain in their heart, they made it necessary for them, right? Then it says, those who work wickedness prosper, even those who tempt Yahya or power or God, right? Escape. So read it together. And now we call the arrogant happy, those who work wickedness prosper, even those who tempt Yahya and escape. For a moment, momentarily, right? For Yahya likes to build you up and knock you down. Yahya likes to build you and put you in a corner that you can't come out of. Yahya likes for you to write a check that you can't cash, right? That's how he operates. But in these moments of times, we think we out slick Yahya, got him. But you really played yourself. That's what's happening now. Also then, for it is the prince and the high priest and the priesthood fault why we went into captivity in the first place, because they were first to turn from Yahya, right? Remember Zedekiah, his brother? Remember the time of Jeremiah? Remember? They didn't want to hear Jeremiah speaking. They didn't want to take heed to the instructions. He listened to his generals and not Yahya's prophets. And look where we at now. Right? Solomon turned from Yahya, and now our kingdom is divided. Solomon's son walked not in the manner of his forefathers, and Solomon of young, but Solomon of old, and did his own thing, and Yahya stripped him. And we became two kingdoms, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. This is what happened when we walk arrogantly and happy about it, and our works are wickedness, and we prosper in our wickedness, for that seals the bond of iniquity. This is why I believe it's Isaiah, I want to say 28, but in Isaiah it says, right, like mock, don't mock someone, don't mock someone who is doing something, right, that they're not supposed to do, right, because it's going to tighten their band. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make them feel like, okay, you going at me like this, I'm gonna do it even more. That's why it says don't mock a thing. You're not supposed to. Mockery is not good. Don't mock a thing, because it's going to make someone feel like, okay, I want to go even harder at it now, and they're not supposed to be doing that. Never mock. Right. Verse 16. This is why the Old Testament was written up. It's really called the Book of Remembrance, for it brings the remembrance of Yahweh. It also brings the remembrance of yourself, your people, your forefathers. It also brings the remembrance of what happened then, what happened a little bit after then, pretty much past, present, and future. The why, when, where, and how. It explains all of those questions historically, and it's proven validity that Yahweh is true. So verse 16, then those who feared Yahweh spoke to one another, and Yahweh listened, you know, and these were elders, and heard it. Yahweh heard it when they were speaking. And a book of remembrance was written before him, and it's for who? Those who feared Yahweh and who took heed of his name. Who feared his name? Yahweh. Or just feared his name above the idols that was around them, spewed by other nations and a lot of our forefathers who were into the idol, right? So, verse 17, and Yahweh says, and they shall be mine, says Yahweh of hosts, on that day when Yahweh returns, which I appoint as my particular day, and I will spare them like a man spares his own son, who serves him. Like, it's a better version right here. I'm going to go to it. Check it out. We're going to go right here. This is why a lot of people like the KJV. We're going to go right here. And it says, fear Yahweh and thought upon his name. Verse 17, and they shall be mine, says Yahweh of hosts. In that day, Yahweh says, I will make up my Jews, my remnant, and I will spare them as a man spare his own son that serves him. Then you shall return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serve Yahweh alone and him that serve Yahweh not alone. This is why I'm not into being divided. This is why there's a remnant. This is why it's necessary to return to Yahweh alone. Right? This is why. Because Yahweh will spare his remnant. His remnant will discern nowadays who serves Yahweh alone and who's into whatever else, who thinks they're a god, a goddess, into the idol of the New Testament, into spirituality, into self-worship, into Scientology, whatever you into, they will discern. And whoever discerns righteously shall be Yahweh's remnant. Forgive them, Father, for they forgot. Salakia, Shalom, Shalom, and Shalom to the nation of Yasharala. Part 5 to be continued.